Hello everyone, good morning. So in this video, I would like to present a summary essay of a fantasy novel by Terry. So Terry is a famous Indonesian writer and the title of this book is Earth. So this book is the first book of the Earth series by Terry. But before we get to the presentation, let me introduce myself first. My name is Putu Yenita Sylvia Agustina and before usually call me Yenita. So this summary essay is divided into three paragraphs, and I'll start the presentation from the first paragraph. So the main idea of this paragraph is about a young girl that has an amazing ability. So this young girl's name is Rai. Actually, there's something unique about her name. So in Bahasa Indonesia, Rai literally means disappear. So it really fits her amazing ability, which is she can disappear by covering her face with hands. And then the first time Wright knew about her ability was when she was 22 months. And since that time, strange things kept happening in her life. For example, just like when she was celebrating her 9th birthday, she got twin cats as present from an unknown person. And then she named those cats as Blakey and Whitey. Blakey is the name for the cat that has black fur, and Whitey is the one that has white fur. So their names is actually the representative of their appearance. And then Rive also has a best friend called Sally and a troublemaker friend that actually is a genius person. So he's Ali. And he was the first person to know about Rive's ability. And then that's all about the first paragraph. Let's move to the second paragraph. So this paragraph, the main idea of this paragraph is about the beginning of Rive and her friend's journey. So the journey started when she saw a tall and big man called Tamus inside the mirror in her room. So this man Tamus claimed that he can help Rive to control her ability. So at the time, Rive ignored him because he thought that this man was suspicious, so she just ignored him. And then the real problem or the first problem occurred the next day. So there was a big accident. So it was when an electric pole suddenly fell towards Wright, but luckily at that time Wright was saved by Sally. So turns out Sally also has an amazing ability just like Wright, which is she can release lightning out of her hands. And then eventually Sally also found out about Wright's ability and everything went very fast. So when Wright, Sally, and Ollie was hiding, suddenly Thomas appeared with 8 people dressed in black. So they insisted on taking them to the another world, and that world is called the Moon Fun World. And then they refused and were fighting back. And in a state of urgency, suddenly their math teacher, Miss Helena, who turns out to be the citizen from the Moonfan world, arrived, and then she took them to that world. And finally, they arrived at O's room. So O is the youngest son of Ilo and Faye. So Ilo is the most famous designer in that world, and after he knew that they come from the another world, he took them to the library to meet Alf. So Alf is the librarian of that library. And from Alf, we knew that this universe has four parallel worlds, and the Moonfan world is in a riot because of Thanos. And then let's move to the last paragraph. This is the third paragraph. The main idea of this paragraph is about the assault by Thamus and his shadow troops. So they suddenly attacked the library, and then to save themselves, Wright, Sally, Ali, and Ilo fled and hid on the surface. And a few days later, Alf came together with Toad. So Toad is the commander of a shadow army from the east, and so he was on the opposite side of Thamus. And then he told them that Miss Selena, their teacher, was in danger. So at that time, she was held hostage by Thamus. And then, without any further ado, they went to rescue her. But suddenly, Thamus and his commanders appeared. So he asked Tori to bring back the Cromwells who is locked in the shadow prison, but of course, she refused. And then Thamus made a black hole and he threatened to throw Miss Helena to the hole. So that hole is a dark passage that full of shadow prison. And then in that precarious situation, unexpectedly, Ali turned into a giant bear and he grabbed Thamus with his big hands and threw him into the dark passage. So instead of Miss Helena, Thamus is the one that confined in that shadow prison in the dark passage. Okay, this is the last, and I think this is all that I can present about this summary essay. I'm sorry if there's any mistake, and thank you for watching this video. Bye.